Solana is a super bullish coin. Even though there's been a bunch of negative sentiment about Solana, and there's a couple things with Solana I want to make my followers aware of, because we're trying to see if it's going to go down to a certain price target. I have proof that Solana might not make it there. Let's roll. Hey guys, it is Greg again. For those that have liked and subscribed to my YouTube channel, I do appreciate that. If you just landed here, do me a favor, smash the like button and hit the subscribe button, and try to get this information out there because I'm doing it for free and I want to keep it for free. So all I ask are users subscribe and like the video. I don't even have anything set up for donations or anything yet. I'm actually trying to just get to 1,000, see if I get to 1,000 subscribers. So that's what I'm trying to do first, and then I will go from there. Now, the coin we're going to be going over is Solana. I'm going to present some information that's bullish. I'm going to present some information that is bearish for Solana, because Bitcoin, in my opinion, is going to be going probably traversing up a little bit more and then swinging back down and coming down to complete its correction. But there's a lot of negative sentiment on Solana, so it had a blockchain outage, and they're like, oh, it's no good, it's no good. Look, guys, Solana was going to go down anyway. It's in this. So whether Solana had that outage or not, it was still going to do this. So don't panic with Solana, and it's very bullish. This is an extremely bullish coin, and it has a bullish correction. There's nothing else you can say that. You show this at a chart, it's like, is this bullish or bearish? You're looking at it going, well, right now it's kind of bearish, but overall this is really, really bullish. Probably something I want to buy here in the future when it completes its correction. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna be looking at it for sure. Okay, so it did its correction, and then now that it has this recent price action, and you can see down here, it has bullish divergence. And then what's even more telling is that you can see right there, guys, on that, see right there, it broke that. So here's that low point, and it broke it. So you know what that means? That means that's a 5-wave move, more likely, guys. 5-wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the divergence. So now that I have this price action, I'm just going to label this is 5-wave here, down, lower point, divergence. So just a very simple. I like to keep things as simple as possible when it comes to Elliott waves, guys. So an ABC, a nice 3-wave move. Now, what is the what I don't like about this move, guys, is that there's divergence on that move. You can see that peak from that to that peak, and it's lower here, but it's equal there. So that's what I don't like about it. So there's a good probability with Solana. That's not the 100%, by the way, guys. That's not 100%. There's a probability that you're going to have, like, maybe up, Bitcoin will go up a little bit, and it's going to swing back down on the X. The other issue I see with Solana, and it's been brought up a little bit, been talking to some people about that, is the retracement on this whole wave. It hasn't even hit 0.382. The 50% is at $15, and the 618 is at $8.05, more or less. And that's if you can include all the price action, it's more like $5. So if you go over here to this chart where I have all the price action with Solana, and you see its corrective first wave move here, if I put the fibs on this from the low point to the high point and see its second wave, it did breach the 618. Okay. Now I have an argument to that of what can happen with an asset. And if you take a look at this whole wave, the 618 is all the way down to $5.50. Now I do have a counter argument to that. This could be a super bullish coin like Bitcoin. So if you come over here to Bitcoin in its infancy, no matter how you see it, originally, Bitcoin had a very dramatic drop, up 1 and down to 2 on its second wave right here. You can see that movement on Bitcoin right here, guys, up 1 and dramatic 2, where 90% retracement, okay? It's usually what happens is that, and with Bitcoin in its infancy or its genesis, people weren't too sure about it and they just sold it off. But after it got traction, you can see, no matter how you cut this, you can say this is 1-2, or you can say this is 1-2. So I'll show you a couple of examples of what Bitcoin did in its infancy. So you see the lack of retracement. So some people say, well, that's a 3-4, Greg. That's a 3-4. Well, let's go all the way up here. If that's a 3-4, then this is a 1-2. And you can see, no matter how you look at that, there's just still a lack of retracement. So let's go up to that wave. There's still just a lack of retracement. There's still a lack of retracement on these waves right here. Okay. So whether this is 1-2, this is 1-2, or this is 1-2, no matter how you cut that pie, there's no way to get a really deep retracement. Bitcoin was just so bullish that it just didn't retrace that much and it took off again. So it could be a possibility, the same thing with Solana, where we're not going to get the retracements that we're really looking for with this coin. Okay. So I'm going to go with, this is coming up to complete this sequence, a bounce up, and then it's going to swing back down and Bitcoin's going to drag it down. I think it's going to be wishful thinking right now to get Solana for $5. I'm not saying it's possible, but it's something you can't rule out to have it down here in these areas. Okay. Because it's going to need to have a lot more damage done to swing back up and to come back down dramatically to those areas. It really is. I mean, that's, in my opinion, you're going to need to see Bitcoin maybe at well below $20,000 for a drop for a coin. This is bullish. So all the information that I'm telling you right now, this is a bullish coin. No matter what they're going to say about this coin, it's just bullish. So these are the areas that I'm looking for. If it completes a sequence, I'm still looking for the 29 and the 22 and coming down to 18. And then there's another area down here that you can see Solana at $12 or $13. Just going to depend on what Bitcoin is going to be able to drag this down in these areas. Now, the good news is that once Solana is, whether it's in this area or this area, once it accumulates and gets good traction, Bitcoin and Ethereum are bullish. This right here, and it's going to pop like a jack in the box up to over $300 right there, like that, guys. In my opinion, it's going to break previous all-time highs of 258. You're going to see it above $300. And for a coin like this, let's say it's at 19, you're looking at about 1900%. If it's at those areas, you're looking at 3100%. And let's say we have very bearish times for Solana, and you get it for about $5, you're looking at really massive gains of, 7,000% for possibilities. So if you have more patience and you're thinking something like that could happen, there could be very massive gains for the coin like this. Now, the other alternative news with this coin that I'm looking at, if you go out to the 3-day chart and you take a look at the RSI, you can see this lowest peak. I'm going to raise it out for you. It's important to look at these RSIs, guys. You see this lowest peak right here from that end of that second wave correction. And you can see from here to there, and then where it is now, you can see that Solana has taken out all of that wave right there. So the good news with that's good, is that you can have say it ends up right there, is you'll have a massive amount of bearish divergence on the 3-day chart. On the weekly chart, it's a little bit different story where it hasn't taken everything out. So there's a possibility on this weekly chart where you could see it like, okay, here's its cycle right now. Here's Solana's cycle like that. Okay, more or less on the weekly, something like that. Okay, where it might just pop back up, touch that trend, and come back, pop back up, touch that trend, and come back down and take that out. Once it's taken that out, that whole area down here, and gets below on the weekly, below this. I'm not saying it could, I'm not saying it can, will do this. I'm saying there's a probability to get down below this, then more than likely, wherever the price is on Solana, that's going to be the area where you're going to want to start really, really checking this coin out before you miss the bullish move on Solana and have a nice wave run up to these areas after Bitcoin and Ethereum go bullish. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.